Firefighters and investigators say that it's going to take a couple of days to go through this debris to find out what went wrong. But these damages are not going to stop employees and owners from rebuilding. Now, even though the train is not currently in service, motorists are still required to obey the stop signs. According to NDOT's page, motorists must come to a complete stop at the stop sign. And if you think it's okay to stop later on the tracks, it's not. It's illegal. Now, while the group is outside marching to legalize marijuana, inside the State House, lawmakers have postponed a bill that would legalize small amounts of THC to treat seizures. You can see that the security cameras are outside and inside of the store, but customers are wondering whether these security cameras are enough. Now, Cameron was only 15 pounds at the time of his death. He also had cerebral palsy and was blind. Susan says children who have special needs are twice as likely to suffer from abuse and neglect than children who don't. This Ball State app lists almost over 150 employers that were here at the career fair today. The fact of the matter is, only 13% of college degree recipients will start a real job after they receive that diploma. You see, Rexner plans to move almost 300 jobs to Mexico by this June. Workers and leaders of United Steelworkers hope that their petitions and rallies like this one tonight will help encourage leaders like Holcomb and President Donald Trump to keep their jobs right here in Indiana. Now, Monroe County is the first in the state to implement a courthouse dog for their CASA program. Kristen Bechet is the executive director for the Monroe County CASA. She says kids are actually excited about coming back to the courthouse just to see their courthouse dog, Jordy. Admit it. Have you done this before?
Oh yeah, they just roll right through it.
At this railroad crossing in Fishers, dozens of people do it every day. But retired veteran James Howland doesn't follow suit.
I stop. You never know what's coming.
Now, even though the train is not currently in service, motorists are still required to obey the stop signs. According to NDOT's page, motorists must come to a complete stop at the stop sign. And if you think it's okay to stop later on the tracks, it's not. It's illegal.
And a lot of them will pull up and say, oh, I missed the stop, and then they'll stop right on the track.
City officials say they received multiple calls about taking these stop signs down because the nickel plate rail line is currently not running. Jeff Hill is the director of engineering for the city of Fishers. He says these signs cannot come down until the city, as well as Noblesville, decides on whether or not they want that rail line to run.
Certainly something that could help our east-west commute, but until such time that we initiate those further steps, they've got to remain in place.
In 2016, the Hoosier Heritage Port Authority announced the rails were unsafe. But now the city, as well as Noblesville, is considering replacing the rail line with a 9-mile nickel plate trail.
I would hate to give up the rails to have a trail. So if there's any way it's feasible to have both in the same place, that'd be great.
The city announced today it would cost about $55,000 to repair the rail lines from Noblesville to Fishers. The trail, on the other hand, would cost about taxpayers $5 million.
In today's dollars, that's a no-brainer for fixing the track.
If the city decides on a trail rather than repairing the rail lines, then these stop signs might come down. In Fishers, Taylor Morton, 24 Hour News 8.